Hey everyone, welcome back. If you guys are wondering why my camera angle is like this, it's because I rearranged my room and I no longer have a desk. I still have my TV stand though, so I'm recording this on my TV stand. Go away, Java. Ugh. But anyways, this is going to be a two-part review because of the 15-minute limit I have for some reason. Um, it's Evil Dead 2013. Now, a lot of people might be surprised by me saying this because I'm such an Evil Dead fan, and I am a huge fan of the first one. The second one's okay, and the third one I just don't like. I thought it was stupid, but Evil Dead 2013 I like. Um, for what it is, I liked it. Um, in their eyes, let's see who directed this. Fede Alvarez. Um, so he did an alright job, but in his mind he was thinking, "Oh, Evil Dead was all about the gore." No, Evil Dead was not all about the gore. The gore was there, but it was about the story and the overall violent factor. Um, the story pretty much is there. It's similar story. Um, but what this one is about, a woman and her brother and their friends are going up to a cabin uh, for rehabilitation for the woman. She's a recovering drug addict, so that's different. The names are different. The names are uh, David, Mia, Mia, I think Sarah. Um, I forget Lou Taylor Pucci's name. Um, and Jessica Lewis's name. Um, and I forget the rest of the people's names, but they're there. Um, and the gore. People talk about how this is one of the goriest movies. Have you ever seen Dead Alive? Have you ever seen The Burning Man, stuff like that? This is not the goriest movie. It might have been the goriest movie of 2014, 2013, uh, but I'll take it for what it is. It's a pretty gory movie, I'll give it that. Will absolutely blow you away, says Shockia.com. I've never even heard of that website. I've heard of Shock Till You Drop, which they've reviewed some really bad movies and they label it as awesome, the real game changer. There's no going to be no game changers this year or last year for that matter. Um, but why is this good? Why do I happen to like it? I like that they tweaked the story a little bit. Um, and instead of it just being five friends who bought the cabin, it's a rehabilitation cabin. And the girl's name is Mia, played by Jane Levy. Apparently, these people did TV acting, so there. I don't watch TV, so I watch movies. I don't watch TV, other than South Park. Um, and the rehabilitation thing, it's only been done a couple of times in horror movies, and I thought it was good. This is totally better than Cabin in the Woods. Oh my god, so much better than Cabin in the Woods. I will never watch that movie. I've seen scenes online, and I've seen reviews and it just doesn't interest me. I it's it looks stupid. That's the best way to put it. And anyways, Mia, because of she's a recovering addict, she she gets the urge, gets the. I've never been a drug addict and I've never done drugs other than my pharmaceuticals, so I don't know what it's like to be a drug addict. Um, and uh, she she gets the urge. She gets that kind of taste. She wants her drugs, and it gets to the point where something crazy happens, and she ends up hearing things, and she ends up smelling like a really foul smell. And I heard about some druggies they happen to smell stuff before the actual the other people do, so they've got extrasensory smell. Wow, that sounded weird. She has an enhanced smell, so she ends up smelling something in the cellar, and nobody believes her. She says that everybody's saying, "Oh, it's just her addiction. She's lying, and it's all part of the process." Um, and I'm like, what the hell? Just because she's a drug addict doesn't mean she's a crazy person. But uh, Mia seems like a likable woman, and Jane Levy played her well. So this first part is going to be about the first half of the movie. Um, and the first half is pretty short. Um, Mia is going through the process, and what ends up happening is she ends up smelling something funky, and they they end up seeing like a blood stain on the floor after they take the carpet off, and they end up going down into the cellar. Um, they find dead cats and carcasses of animals and everything, and I'm like, how can you not smell that uh, at the point of entering the cabin? And then they're like, oh man, that stinks. And I'm just like, okay. Mm, I'll get to that, how the cats are down in the cellar, in the second part. But what this film does is it tries to make you feel for the characters just like the first one did. I do feel sympathy for Mia and her brother. I think his name is David, played by Shiloh Fernandez. He does an alright job. I cared for them. Um, and the other characters were alright. And, like, the way the movie is set up, I would have at least believed her. I would have checked it out, like, to see what the smell was, like, search the house to see if anything's wrong there. And then, because of that, they're looking around in the cellar and everything, ignoring the corpses of the cats and the carcasses of the cats, and they go searching further into the cellar to see what they can find uh, about the cabin of why are the carcasses here, and they come across the book of the dead. It's wrapped in a plastic bag. Really? Are you really going to read this book? And that's going to go into part two. So I'm going to end part one here because I'm running out of time. But stay stay tuned for part two. See you then.